Hello, great people. The Federal High Court has rejected federal government's request to arrest and detain Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan over defamation charges. On this episode with your short plug, I will be giving you an exclusive narration of what transpired in court, and you will not just get to know about the Natasha versus federal government and Akpabio case, you would also be informed about the abuse of power in high places. You will get to know about the alleged plot to make sure that Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan is arrested, if possibly imprisoned, and humiliated and broken. I will be revealing to you deployed by the Akpabio team and being supported by the federal government. And also, I will be reading to you an exclusive narration of what transpired in court. Then after the narration, we'll be dissecting the issues. What is in this for Godswill Akpabio, and what is the implication of this case for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Nigerian police force? We'll be dissecting the associated issues and more on this episode with your short plug, Dr. Omoshola. Before I read to you about how 10 police trucks stormed Federal High Court in a plot to unlawfully arrest Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, let me give you the background of how we got here. You will recall that the federal government charged Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan to the Federal High Court as regards her making a defamatory statement against the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and former governor of Kogi State Yahaya Bello. The federal government is accusing Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan of making statements that they deem injurious to the personality of these two prominent figures. You will recall that when Senator Natasha appeared on Channels TV, she made an allegation that Akpabio and Yahaya Bello are allegedly plotting to assassinate her, and instead of the federal government to look into this case, it is the complainant that is now being arraigned in court. But then the arraignment didn't sail through the last time because the judicial workers are on strike, and now the court has now fixed a date for the arraignment. But before that arraignment that is apparently to appear on June 16, there was another ploy to make sure that the judge issue a warrant of arrest against her. Now let me read you what transpired in court, the reports that I got according to Nanji Godswill. It says, breaking: 10 police trucks stormed Federal High Court in a plot to unlawfully arrest Senator Natasha. This morning, Monday 16 June 2025, something shocking, and I need you to concentrate and please do not miss any part of this video, because if you miss it, then you will be missing a whole lot. This morning, Monday 16th June 2025, something shocking happened at the Federal High Court. A secret suit, underline that, has been filed against Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan by lawyers acting on behalf of Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Yet, up until 9 a.m. this morning, neither Senator Natasha nor her legal team has been served any notice of the case. While Natasha's legal team remained completely in the dark, a lawyer who happened to be nearby noticed no fewer than 10 truckloads of armed policemen stationed at the court premises. He knew something wasn't right, so they deployed 10 trucks of armed policemen to the court premises, hoping that immediately the court issued the warrant of arrest, they will just storm Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's home and drag her out, and they will kind of like lock her up, and they will claim that they are acting on the order of the court. But let us see how that plot, let us see how it failed. Now, I read further. A friend of Natasha's lawyer, who coincidentally was at the court for another matter, noticed the intimidating police presence. Suspicious and concerned, he made a call to Natasha's lawyer, asking, "Are you not supposed to be in court today? They want to arraign your client." The lawyer, shocked and confused, replied, "What are you talking about? We were never served. There is no such thing before us." Realizing something was off, the friend quickly rushed back to his car, grabbed his legal rope and wig, and stepped into the courtroom just in time. So that means that when they called up the case, the lawyer of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan just stepped in at the right time. So if not for the should I call the person a whistleblower now that informed Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's lawyer, that means that they would have done the arrangement without the knowledge of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. So you can see the plot, and they will say that they have served Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, but then she didn't turn up with she didn't turn up in court, and the court may deem her action as arrogance, then the warrant of arrest may be issued. Then they will now storm her house to carry out the alleged order of court. I didn't mean it was granted. Now let's continue the reading. Inside the court, do you remember I'm kind of like giving you an exclusive narration of what transpired in court and now the ploy to arrest and perhaps detain Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, how it failed. Says inside the court, the police had already taken positions. Akpabio's lawyers were seated, ready to move a motion that Senator Natasha should be arrested and taken from her home today. They had it all planned out, and the motion was already being pushed. Everything was prepared to get the judge to approve the arrest instantly, except that they didn't expect a lawyer to suddenly appear to represent Senator Natasha. You can read between the lines. Now let's continue. When he stood up to hold brief for Natasha's lawyer, the judge paused the process and began asking Akpabio's lawyers critical questions. Was the senator not served? Akpabio's legal team said Natasha had been evading service. That's a ridiculous lie because Natasha is in Nigeria and not hiding from anyone. Let me give you an information. You will recall that when Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan appeared on Adeola Fayehun's YouTube and Facebook page, she mentioned it. Some of you that watched that the interview she granted Adeola Fayehun, she mentioned it that she was in the US to pursue some things against Sandra Duru that is defaming her, and she's currently in the UK, but she's coming to Nigeria to make sure that she is present when she will be arraigned. And it was just about that time that the judicial workers went on strike. So Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan was planning to leave London, or apparently left London, just because of this arraignment. And it is that kind of person that they still want to use corner to use street balance to make sure that she is arrested. Now let's continue the reading of the ploy to make sure that Senator Natasha was arrested, and how that ploy failed. They fumbled. The judge asked, did you serve our lawyers then? You know that the judge first asked that, was Senator Natasha not served? Then the judge asked, did you serve our lawyers then? They fumbled and said they only did so this morning at 9 a.m., which is the same time the courtroom ambush was ongoing with 10 police trucks waiting outside the courtroom. Even worse, they didn't file for substituted service, didn't follow any proper legal procedure. So how were they planning to arrest her? What they were trying to do was get the judge to approve her arrest without her knowledge and send those 10 trucks of policemen straight to her home. If that lawyer hadn't stepped in by chance, we would have seen the news headline by now. Breaking news. Senator Natasha arrested at her home. They already had the script written with brute power and political manipulation. Again, I think I need to read that sentence for you. They already had the script written with brute power and political manipulation, but they have failed. To make matters even more suspicious, this is the same suit as scheduled for her Thursday arraignment at FCT High Court. The only difference is that Sandra Duru is listed as a witness in the Thursday version, while Reno Omokri, is listed as witness today. So what exactly is going on here? How can one suit exist in two conflicting forms? What is happening is nothing short of a targeted abuse of the court process, a backdoor attempt to humiliate a sitting senator. I repeat, a backdoor attempt to humiliate a sitting senator, and a desperate political move soaked in fear. The aim was character assassination. The plan was to break her in public and use state machinery to do so, even if it is for a day. You can see the extent at which the Akpabio team is going in connivance with the federal government. Now, let us continue the exclusive report of what transpired in court. Now, if you have any doubt about power in this country, if you have any doubt, and this goes to you, the ordinary citizen that usually support, these politicians blindly, and I need you to imagine this. If you have any doubt, that is, if you are not sure or you have not witnessed it before, if you have any doubt about how power in this country is being misused, think about this. A private citizen was almost dragged from her home this morning based on a suit that she had never even seen. So if they can do this to Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, imagine what they would do to you. Imagine what they would do to me. No service of summons, just a gang of lawyers, a judge being pushed to rule blindly, and armed police waiting like vultures. Except that this is not how a democracy behaves. This is what dictatorship looks like in Akpabio's Senate. God exposed them today, but the question is, what will they try next? And this exclusive narration of what happened was according to Nanji Godswill. Shout out to you, Unanji, for this exclusive narration. You can see the desperation on the part of the Akpabio team to make sure that Natasha is being humiliated. But then, kudos to the judiciary in this regard. Kudos to the judge for not kind of like, granting that arrest warrant. If not, it would have been carried out immediately. Then do we have 10 trucks of idle policemen and you deploy it for the arrest of one woman when Benue needs the policemen, when the policemen are needed to tackle the prevalence of murderous herdsmen, and when the policemen are needed to tackle the prevalence of bandits? You send 10 police trucks to the house of one innocent woman that has never been in prison before, that is not an ex-convict, that is not a notorious criminal. So Nigeria have 10 trucks of policemen to spare, and you cannot send it to the necessary places. You can see the desperation on the part of the Akpabio team in connivance, sadly, with the federal government. This is a clear abuse of state resources, and my pity goes to the president. He's allowing himself and the institutions under him to be used. The federal government must be very careful, in the sense that this case is between Natasha and Akpabio. Akpabio has all the resources to institute a legal action against Natasha. Why would the Tinubu-led federal government involve itself? So Tinubu is allowing himself to be used, and is allowing the institutions under him to be used and abused. But then again, thank God for the grace of thank God for his grace on the life of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. We look forward to what will happen in this case, and I hope that the judiciary will kind of like conduct itself with utmost integrity. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with Joshua Plug. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past video. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.